Hey guys, and welcome to the final review in the 666 reviews of Halloween. Today I'm looking at the movie He Knows You're Alone. Now, I'm just going to say right off, I did not enjoy this film. It's not a good film, not a good film at all. That being said though, I think it's so bad, it's hilarious. Now, before I get into that, let's just go over the plot. Basically, it's about a serial killer that likes killing brides-to-be. And he's got his eye on this one bride. I can't remember the name because I watched the movie probably like 2 months ago. But her fiance, I think he's away for the weekend, I believe. And what happens is that this serial killer is going around killing all of her friends to get her by herself so he can kill her. And he's being hunted by a detective whose fiance was killed by that killer. Yeah, so basically the problems with this movie is that it's extremely stereotypical. It probably wasn't stereotypical then, but watching it now in a 21st century mindset, it's just they overuse a lot of things. Like, one good example is whenever they show the killer just suddenly appear in the background with like a sharp camera movement, they always have the music go doom, and then, you know, of course they'll cut somebody else and cut back and they'll be gone. But they do this so many times. I mean, you can play a drinking game with, you know, as many times as they do this. And another thing, the killer in it is ridiculous. I mean, I don't even think that the director even gave this guy any directions. All he does is seriously, he looks like this all the time. I mean, his eyes are so wide, he looks high the entire time. Maybe that's why he's killing people. I don't know. But, you know, not to mention the deaths, the murders in it aren't really that creative. You know, I do like watching, you know, I'm not a big horror fan, but I do like watching, you know, movies that have some creative deaths. Maybe that makes me weird, but they had one that was pretty good, where, spoiler, one of her friends gets her head cut off and put in a fish tank, which I thought was kind of funny. But other than that, it's just really stereotypical for a horror movie. Now, this movie is very notable for two reasons. First off, it was one of the first movies to really take advantage of Halloween's success. And you can definitely tell that through the music. The music, while it's definitely its own, you can definitely tell that it's trying to be Halloween. And the second reason is that this is actually Tom Hanks' first feature-length role. Granted, he's only in it for about 1.5 minutes, but he was very, very enthusiastic and a very likable character in it. And a funny story, of course, I read this on Wikipedia, so who knows if it's true or not, but the director actually liked Hanks so much. You know, they had originally planned to kill his character off in the script, but they liked him so much, they wrote his death out and just kept him alive. So I thought it was pretty interesting. But yeah, you know, this movie is just not good. But what I said before is that it is so bad, it's really hilarious. I find the movie funny about how bad it is, and you know, I think the only reason I would watch this again is if I wanted to get a good laugh. But you know, the acting in it is okay. Some of it's just weird. Like, one scene, I think one of the characters was like, everything's gonna be okay, and then she was like, and then the other guy was like, and then she did this again. It's just like, what is this? You know, this is supposed to be a movie that, you know, it's a horror movie. It's supposed to entertain people. You know, it's just kind of weird. I'm sorry that this is kind of jumbled. I'm doing this really quickly. But yeah, I mean, the movie is just not put together very well. And I don't know if that's because they had a really low budget, which they probably did. The movie certainly looks like it. It's just, the writing in it is not that good. The movie doesn't flow very well. A lot of things in it I find were they didn't explain well. You know, maybe it will be better on a second viewing. But I don't know. I just really didn't think it flowed very well, and the ending was really stupid. I got what they were going for, but I just think it could have been done a whole lot better. So yeah, you know, the movie is bad, but you know, if you like bad horror movies that would, you know, that will make you laugh, I would say definitely check this movie out. But yeah, horrible movie, horrible writing, just acting just I think most of the actors in it went on to do either behind the scenes work or go to soap operas. But yeah, so that's really all I have to say for He Knows You're Alone. Alright guys, till next time.